Are you going to women? Do not forget the whip. Friedrich Nietzsche did not whisper this. He thundered it, not as cruelty, but as caution. For sex. Sex is the oldest snare ever crafted. It is the weakness of kings, the ruin of philosophers, the trap that needs no chains to enslave a man. A man can conquer nations, but if he cannot conquer his desire, he will watch empires fall from the grip of a soft hand and the curve of a smiling mouth. Nietzsche saw it with brutal clarity. Without sex, 99.999% of men would never bind themselves to women who bring no wisdom, no virtue, no peace. They would not build lives around women who offer nothing but flesh. It is not love that ruins men, not respect, not devotion. It is the primitive craving, the hunger of the body, that silences the judgment of the soul. To master your sexual nature is not just noble, it is necessary. It is your only true shield against the most elegant form of destruction. Lose control, and everything you've built, your work, your name, your legacy, will be reduced to ash at the hands of a woman who was never worthy of your shadow. Nietzsche, hated by the sentimental, worshipped by the clear-eyed, warned us again and again. When a woman has scholarly inclinations, there is usually something wrong with her sexuality. He didn't mean to belittle women. He meant to expose the dangerous inversion, where manipulation replaces virtue, where seduction replaces wisdom. And thus spoke Zarathustra. He didn't just speak, he roared. Are you going to women? Do not forget the whip. It wasn't hatred, it was reality. Women, when stripped of loyalty, humility, and reason, become the most potent agents of corruption. Not because they are evil, but because they wield what weak men cannot resist. Look around. Shannon Sharpe, a man forged in poverty, disciplined by sweat, elevated by intellect, now caught in a storm not of defeat, but of indulgence. He didn't fall because he failed. He fell because he forgot. The accusation alone is enough to reduce years of greatness to a single headline. Nietzsche would nod, not in judgment, but in recognition. Another man who ruled the world, but couldn't rule himself. She brought no empire, no virtue, no crown, only beauty, only leverage, and he paid with his name. Nietzsche wrote, everything about woman is a riddle, and everything about woman has one solution: pregnancy. He saw it clearly. The female body as biological leverage, the child as the quiet battlefield of civilization, the womb as both creation and trap. But in our age, the battlefield has evolved. Today it is not just pregnancy. It is accusation. It is screenshot. It is cancellation. Today's warfare is fought in bedrooms, in courtrooms, in headlines. Where once a child could bind a man, now a whisper can destroy him faster. And the modern fool, the man who thinks nature no longer matters, is the first to fall. Nietzsche warned, man shall be trained for war, and woman for the recreation of the warrior. Not because he despised women, but because he understood that some women are not builders, they are takers. If you do not know the difference, you will fall, not because she defeated you, but because you handed her the sword. You will hand your life to a stranger with a smile, and she will set it ablaze. Without guilt, without hesitation. Look at Shannon Sharpe. Decades of sacrifice, years of discipline, a legacy carved in sweat and silence, now dangling from a thread. Because of one woman. A woman with no empire to lose, no name to guard, no honor to uphold, only a single weapon: her willingness to accuse. and with a few well-placed words, she tightens a noose around everything he has ever built. And whether her words are true or false, it makes no difference to the mob. Nietzsche understood this long before we did. In individuals, insanity is rare, he wrote, but in groups, parties, nations, and epics, it is the rule. Facts? Irrelevant. Proof? Unnecessary. Public opinion smells blood, and it feasts, not on justice, but on spectacle. So let this be heard. Virtue is rare, loyalty is rare, women of deep character, rarer still. Nietzsche never claimed all women were corrupt, but he warned, many will wield the only weapon they know, manipulation, against the men they secretly envy. In Beyond Good and Evil, he wrote, in Revenge and in Love, woman is more barbarous than man, not because she is cruel, but because when stripped of virtue, she fights with ancient instincts, not reason. Shannon Sharpe is not unique. He is not cursed. He is simply another name in a long list of men, destroyed not at their weakest, but at their peak. Men are not undone. When they are small, they are ruined. When they believe themselves invincible. When they think, I've earned indulgence, I've earned pleasure, I can play with fire, and walk away clean. But fire has no favorites. Nietzsche would laugh at our delusion. A world that tells men to be soft, to be trusting, to confuse beauty with goodness. He knew better. The true man wants two things. He wrote, danger and play. Therefore, he wants woman as the most dangerous plaything. Not nurturing by default, not safe unless proven dangerous, until proven otherwise. So listen now, if you are to survive, you must master your own lust. Because if you don't, you are not a man. You are a throne, waiting to be stolen, an empire, begging to be burned. Nietzsche taught that the Übermensch, the overman, is he who conquers the animal within, the craving for cheap pleasure, the desire to be flattered, the weakness that disguises itself as masculinity. If you cannot say no to temptation, you are already a slave, led by the chain of your own appetite, walking proudly toward the slaughterhouse. You think sex is harmless? You think beauty equals innocence? You think a woman who offers no virtue, no loyalty, no sacrifice, is harmless because she smiles? You are already bleeding. To be a man, a true man, is to become the overman. In the face of temptation, you must see beauty and remain unmoved. You must recognize the trap and walk past it. The weak man is conquered by women. The strong man is cautious of women. The wise man chooses carefully, or not at all. Shannon Sharpe's fall should haunt every man who thinks his money, his fame, his name can protect him. Once he opens the gate to a woman who carries nothing but a smile and a hidden knife, and when the fire comes, no one will mourn you. The world does not cry for men who built empires, then lost them to their own appetites. Nietzsche saw it long ago. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process, he does not become one. And that is the fate of the undisciplined man. Not that he is destroyed by enemies, but that he becomes his own executioner. You chase pleasure without honor, and you will die a fool. And fools, my brother, are always the first to fall. This is not advice. This is a warning. If you are rising, if you are building, if you are becoming powerful, then you are also becoming a target. So guard your kingdom, not just with strategy, but with restraint. Vet relentlessly, not just business partners, But lovers, do not mistake beauty for virtue. Do not mistake validation for love. Do not let your loneliness whisper treason in your ear. Do not let lust etch your downfall into the stone of your destiny. In the world of men, strength is not measured by how many women desire you. It is measured by how many temptations you can walk past without flinching. Master your hunger, or your hunger will devour you. Shannon Sharpe is not a villain. He is a symbol, a monument to every man who thought power was armor enough against feminine chaos. Nietzsche warned us, men are not destroyed by swords, but by the women they kneel for. Without discernment, destroyed not by war, but by surrender. Two women who offer no empire, no virtue, no shared suffering, only ruin, wrapped in perfume. You are not exempt, no man is. Guard your soul, guard your vision, guard your empire, with a sword in one hand, and discipline in the other, or you will lose everything, for nothing. And if this message struck a nerve, if it reached that dark, silent place in you that knows the danger is real, then do not scroll away and pretend you didn't hear this. Let the truth burn. Like this video to spread the fire. Share it with a brother who still walks blind through a forest of illusions. Subscribe if you refuse to be another man buried beneath his own lust, and if you are ready to help rebuild the walls of masculine strength, wisdom, and restraint. The link to support this channel is in the description, because strength only grows when men fight together. Choose to fight, choose to rise, choose to lead, and never again let a beautiful lie cost you everything.
Thanks for spending time here. If this resonated with you, give it a like, send it to a friend, and make sure you're subscribed. Your support means everything.